You have one of the legends of Indiana basketball here tonight in Katie Gerald's, her squad, two-time NAIA national champion. She's done a masterful job at Marian University. Her club is in town to take on Eric Gingrich's squad here tonight. Marian at 14-4, number 8 in the country, 5-1 in the league. Coach Bethel at 10-8, really smarting after two 20-plus losses the last two times out. Pilots need to right the ship. Good news, Cam Glenn, who was injured on Saturday against Indiana Wesleyan, is going to be back in the lineup. That should help the Pilots' cause.
Yeah, anytime Cam's in the lineup, it helps their cause. But remember, this is a team that started 2-0 in the conference. We were pretty excited. Promising start to the season, 6-1, I think, to get things rolling. And then, they've hit a rough stretch there. They were able to get a win, Cincinnati Christian over break, but in Great Lakes. But this conference, tough road to go. Coming off the Iowa game, you've got Spring Arbor on Saturday, but then you get right back against Taylor.
When you look at this basketball team for Katie Gerald's and her squad, it comes down to Deja Cyrus. She's had an outstanding year. 14 points, 8.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 1 block. She really can do it all. But according to Katie Gerald's, she needs to do more here in her final go-around for the seniors. The senior class has had a really, really good class over the course of their career. Not as good as last year's class with Kelly Kirkhoff and Janice Suedo. That group was absolutely spectacular, what they were able to do, the winningest class in Marian history. This senior class is yet to still write the script.
Yeah, as a basketball fan, you miss those players that graduated. As an opposing coach or opposing fan, you're okay that they're not playing because this team isn't as deep or as talented as the teams the years past. But record's still good. You and I were talking before we went on the air. Indiana Wesleyan's been beating people by 40 and 50 points. Marian hasn't been doing that, but they've been winning their games, taking care of business.
Bottom line is you got to win games, and right now they're sitting in second place at 5-1, 14-0. They have been a very, very good away team, and that's what they're going to try to do here today. Marian University in town to take on the Bethel Pilots. Hope you can stick around for more of college basketball. Thanks again to Tiny County for all the details, along with Andrew Bowen and everybody involved. We'll be back with more Bethel College women's basketball right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
There's always a moment of truth where it's either put up or shut up. We were yelling our hearts out. Even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continued to push. I don't know where the pain went to, but all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
College Buckets here today from Bethel College. The Pilots taking on the Knights. Great friend of ours, Katie Gerald's, hanging out with us here prior to the ballgame. Her club off to another great start at 14-4, the two-time NAIA champion, three-time Crossroads League Coach of the Year. First of all, Katie, 18 games in. You like this group?
Some days. I'm honest. It's we have a young team. I know we start a couple seniors, but they're in the post, and I think it's taken us a while for our young perimeter players to understand what it is we need and want. They replaced some really big shoes in Sway and Kelly, and then if we go back, it was Jess Almeida, first-team All-American, Lakin Hazard-Smith, first-team All-American, and all on the perimeter. So young team on the perimeter right now, but they're battling, they work hard, and we're just trying to get better.
Okay, so the question is, as a preference as a coach, is it harder to replace a great post grouping, or is it harder to replace a guard grouping? I'm of the opinion at the NEI level, it's the guard grouping is harder to replace.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to agree with you. It's there's so much that the perimeter players do nowadays, and you've seen us play. We've never been really post oriented, and so we've always played a little bit small ball anyway. And I love our group. I love the mix we have. Just young and inexperienced, and they've learned and they've grown, and we've won games we probably shouldn't have won, and then lost games that we shouldn't have lost. And I think that becomes, that shows our youth. But I think we've kind of turned a corner here. So we've had some really good practices since the new year. Didn't play great at Goshen, but we fought, and I think that's got to be who we are.
There's been the last couple of years you guys have run away and hid from the league. The men's side is just it's hard to describe because every time you think you have it figured out, Tuesday or Saturday comes along and it's topsy-turvy. That may not necessarily be the case from the women's side of thing, and I don't know what the reason is. That's up to debate. But right now, certainly you and IWU are the cream of the crop, and Jody's group is always a competitive. I thought that Grace group, I saw them play against Holy Cross, IUSB, and Bethel, and they have made great strides under their new coach. So, give us your assessment of the league as a whole.
Yeah, I honestly think we've got 4 teams that belong in the top 20. And then probably a couple knocking right there on the door. And, Huntington is always well coached. And, I don't know that you'll ever see a coach get more out of her kids than what Lori does. And I've watched Grace throughout the season, and, they're completely different.
Yes, they are.
And to watch them grow under their new staff, it's been pretty fun to watch. Hopefully they don't really bring it to us on Saturday. So we've got them on Saturday. But Indiana Wesleyan has always been who they are. I think last year adjusting to a new coach in Coach Whaley. Jody's as good as anybody in the country. We've been fortunate the last couple years to have some really good players to kind of run away with it. Right. And I think this is going to be a battle down to the end. Bethel knocking off Taylor, I think just 1 through 10, it just shows that on any given night, someone's going to step up and win a game that maybe they weren't supposed to win, or I think that comes with playing in the probably the second best league in the country.
Okay, let's turn our attention to the team you're going to play here. You've struggled here against them. At your place, it's not really been a struggle whatsoever. For some reason, you guys are in your zone. Maybe it's the comforts of home, those kind of situations. But what concerns you about Eric's group?
How hard they play. How their ball pressure on the perimeter. Kelsey can score, and is a tough matchup because she's a quote-unquote post player, and you put a guard on her, then one of your post players is having to guard Glenn or Maritis on a perimeter, and I don't think that's something you want to happen. But they're a tough matchup across the board because of just the personnel. And Eric does a really good job of getting them to compete for 40 minutes. Like you said, we haven't played well. We changed the restaurant on the way up here, so hopefully that'll be a little bit different. But I just want our kids to really compete and try to make sure we win every possession. I don't think we're naive to the fact that Bethel has the ability to knock off anybody. Taylor. They beat Taylor at Taylor, had a 2-point lead at St. Francis going into the fourth quarter. So it's something we've tried to preach to them, and we know our vulnerability. We know our youth and, the roller coaster ride that we can be on. It's just really about making sure you win every possession.
Always great to see you.
All right, thanks, Paul. You too.
Katie Gerald's our special guest. We'll be back with Buckets right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry, Mark Gardner. Coach, you had a chance to hear Katie talk about that, changing the dynamics. They really, the last couple times, it's been a lot closer. Either they've taken their foot off the gas or the Lady Pilots have played outside their mind to be in that situation. What's your take coming into this one?
Well, I texted you earlier today, and I just pulled that up. Marian didn't beat Bethel from 2006 to 2009, and then they kind of alternated wins and losses. They've not lost to Bethel since February 8th of 2014. Now, with that, there's been a few 1-point wins, 2-point wins. I think part of it is, again, we said 18 to 22-year-olds look past their opponents. Coaches don't. Players do. And so I think their mindset, Marian comes into this game and we're playing Bethel and they're not very good. And we better be ready for Grace on Saturday because they've been high energy and really bringing it. And so it's a long bus trip. It's, it's one of those, it's easy to overlook an opponent who's only winning 2 to 4 conference games or 2 to 6 conference games.
Absolutely, great point. I had spent some time with Eric Gingrich and filed this report. College basketball here today from Bethel College. The Lady Pilots in action against the Marian University Knights. Katie Gerald's and Eric Gingrich, 2 squads are going to be getting after it here today. Glad you can join us here on the pregame show. Eric Gingrich, Eric, first of all, let's go back and reflect back on the game against Indiana Wesleyan. Some goods, bads, indifference. Where were you guys at after you had a chance to look at the game film?
Well, I mean, when you have a senior leader go down like Cam Glenn, that changes the dynamic for sure. Not that it's an excuse, but just change the dynamic and the look of the game. And what we were able to do, the ways we thought we were going to be able to attack, and we were in the first quarter, suddenly went away. So, you know, that said, looking back on the film, our biggest concerns were we just got beat up in the second half, and almost like they kind of took our will a little bit. And I think frustrating piece on one set, I think they scored 6-7 times on the same set, and we worked on that set a ton in practice, and we never defended it the way we taught them once. So communication was a huge issue, and that's honestly one of our biggest keys tonight, because Marian's going to run us through set after set after set, and you can't memorize all of them. You got to play your principles, and the only way you can play your principles is by talking to each other and communicating. And right now our girls are struggling to do that. And so tonight, we'll see. We'll see if we grew at Indiana Wesleyan. We'll see if we grew the last couple days. But that's probably our biggest frustration walking away from that game, was the communication piece and execution defensively.
It's a brutal stretch for you guys with the opponents that you got, and of course doesn't get any easier but next Saturday. But when you look at what Katie's done, and I've known Katie since she was in high school, and got a chance to get to know her, she has a tremendously competitive spirit, and I think a lot of times the teams we've seen of hers in the past, they've kind of taken on her personality, tenacious, hardworking, in that type of situation. They may not be as athletic as they've been in years past. They may not have a dominant player as in years past, but across the board, there is equal in all the parts to the sum as any team she's had.
Yeah, that's a great point. They're more balanced, at least on the scoring end this year. I think they have some interchangeable parts. They're less relying on like a Joanna Swadel, who was probably the best point guard in the country and didn't make a single bad decision. To now, you know, they don't have that, but they've got the sum of the parts, what you're talking about. And so we feel like some of their players can be a little one-dimensional maybe. They've got some great shooters, but maybe not as good off the bounce or pulling up off the dribble. And so we've got to play to their personnel a little bit defensively, make sure we take away the three-point shot from some of those girls shooting a high percentage and make them put it on the floor, and vice versa for some girls that aren't shooting it so well but are getting to the rim really easy. So Deja Cyrus, they're pounding it to her inside. And after playing Iwu's post, you know, we hope we can bounce back from that and believe we can stop somebody in the post. That's going to be key to get the ball out of her hands as much as possible, keep it from her hands. But, yeah, you mentioned competitive spirit. That's a winning basketball program. And, again, it'll be another wake-up call for our girls tonight of, hey, this is what winning looks like. These kids, you can maybe look at their roster on paper, and some people will say, well, they're a lot less strong than they've been in the last couple of years, but they know how to win. And they know how to do it together and play together. And you'll see them, the way they talk to each other on the floor, the way they communicate through situations. They've learned from their upperclassmen over the years, and now they've passed the baton well, and Katie's just kept the ship rolling. So going to be another tough matchup for us with a winning program tonight.
Give us an idea as Cam's coming back into the lineup, and I know you also got some good news. Macy Heimlich, she had some medical issues, and those things seem to have got a passing grade, if you will, not to get into any of the specifics. So sounds like your group's going to be healthy here tonight. How important is that in the big picture of the development of your group for everybody to be on the same page, not only physically but mentally?
Yeah, I mean, I think getting Cam back gives us a boost of confidence for sure. It's huge for our young kids to feel like, hey, we can compete now. You know, not that one person necessarily swings that, but I think mentally that's huge for our group. So excited to have her back, excited to have Macy. Kind of that, like you mentioned, the mental shift. She's been playing, but now I think can shift a little bit. Hey, everything's fine. With what I've been feeling, we're going to move forward, and I think we're going to hopefully play with some confidence because of that tonight. We feel like we match up really well against Marian. We played them very tough the last couple of years, and so we feel like, again, we match up really well. We feel like this is our best roster to date, and we can compete with them. And so our kids are ready to come out and battle and see what we can do.
Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be back with more College Buckets right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Taking a look at the Crossroads League tonight, Mark. Well, first of all, let's set the stage with the standings. Indiana Wesleyan ranked 16th, sitting atop the leaderboard right now at 6-0 and 13-5 overall. followed by Marian in second place, ranked number 7 at 5-1. Taylor is ranked 10th at 4-2. Grace is also at 4-2. Right in the middle of the pack is 25th ranked St. Francis, and receiving votes Huntington at 3-3. Then the bottom of the conference features 2-4 Bethel, 2-4 Mount Vernon, 1-5 Spring Arbor, and 0-6 Goshen. Take a look at the league tonight.
Tonight's action, number 25 St. Francis is at Grace. St. Francis leading 36-27 as that's an early start, part of a doubleheader. Huntington receiving votes at Goshen. Number 10 Taylor at number 16 Iowa, so that'll be a good one tonight. And Spring Arbor makes the long trip to Mount Vernon.
All right, let's break it down for you by the numbers. Marian University, of course, a year ago, pretty good year to say the least for Katie Geralds and company. Katie, by the way, is assisted by Vicki Volanaki, who's in her 6th season. Lincoln Haster-Smith, of course, who had a spectacular college career playing for Katie at Marian University. A year ago, 32 wins and 3 setbacks, including a eye-popping 17-1 record in the Crossroads League. They were unbeaten at home at 15-0. Away from the friendly confines of the Marian University Gymnasium, they were 15-2. They won the Crossroads League regular season and the postseason tournament. Lost to Hastings 62-45 in the second round of the NAI National Tournament Series. This year they come in shooting at 70% from the charity stripe, 42% from the field, 33% from the arc. They're averaging 74 a game, giving up 61.5. They're out-rebounding their opponents by 4. 14 turnovers per ball game, 16 assists per game, 8 steals, and 2.5 block shots per contest. Of course, this is the 67th meeting all-time between these two clubs. Marian leads the all-time series 36-31. Marian has won 8 straight games in this series. Marian has won 5 straight games here on Mike Lightfoot Court. And Katie Gerald's all-time against Marian University is 9-3. Now the Pilots, of course, a year ago were 7-23, 2-16. Next to last in the Crossroads League, under the direction of Eric Gingrich. His club comes into today's ball game averaging 64.8 points a game, defensively giving up 65. That's about as close as you can get. They're out-rebounded by their opponents 36-30, which is a huge situation. 16.5 turnovers a game, 41% from the field, 28% from beyond the arc, 12 assists, 9 steals, and 1 block shot. The one saving grace for Bethel all year long, and the difference between winning 7 games last year and, of course, where they're at right now is they are the number 11 top free throw shooting team in America right now at 77%. They have not been that good in ages.
It's a lost start on both men's and women's side of the game, Paul, at many levels. You know, we see guys in the NBA that getting paid millions to shoot 49% from the foul line, and so certainly would say if you lose, I used to tell my teams this all the time, if you lose games by single digits, about 80% of the time you can go back and look and you missed more free throws than what you lost by. So free throws win games.
Kelsey Brickner, as a matter of fact, last time out against Iowa, how about a 10-for-10 performance? And that was only the 11th time in the program history that made at least 10 free throws in a single game without a miss. Marian University will be to Coach and I's right. The Pilots will be to our left. Pilots decked out gray jerseys, gray shorts. The numbers are blue, and they are trimmed in gray. Glad you could be with us here for tonight's broadcast as we're going to turn it over here to our lead man for all the particulars.
Good evening and welcome to the campus of Bethel College for tonight's contest between the Marian University Knights and your Bethel College Pilots. Bethel College welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's game. As participants in the NAIA's Champions of Character Initiative, we ask each of you to help create a positive, competitive environment by showing respect for one another. On behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel College, please enjoy tonight's game. Will everyone now please stand? Gentlemen, kindly move your caps for the opening prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. The prayer is being led tonight by the women's soccer coach, Jamie Lindball.
Let's pray. Father, I thank you for just the opportunity for both of these teams to come together tonight and play and showcase their abilities. Pray that you'd help them to play to the best of their ability and help us to encourage them positively and just keep them from injury. That's your name. Amen.
All right, let's get ready for some basketball. First, we'd like to introduce the starting lineups for the visiting Marian College or Marian University Knights. A sophomore guard, number 3, Abby Downard. A junior guard, number 13, Macy Lively. A junior guard, number 15, Rachel Titzer. A senior forward, number 23, Karen Jones. And a senior forward, number 34, Deja Cyrus. The Knights are coached by Ms. Katie Gerolds. And now the starting lineup for your Bethel Pilots. A freshman guard, number 4, Macy Heimlich. A senior guard, number 12, Kim Glenn. A freshman guard, number 14, Maggie DuBois. A sophomore forward, wearing number 24, is Jessica Irwin. And a sophomore forward, number 30, Kelsey Brickner. The Pilots are coached by Mr. Eric Gingrich.
There you go. That's all the details you need to know for today's game. We've talked about in the pregame. Now let's talk about what's going on for Marian University. Plain and simple. Blue shorts, blue jerseys with the gold trim, Knights written in gold on the front. They'll be moving from right to left on your screen and on your radio dial. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. As always, thanks to the legendary Tanya Condry up there for all the details. Marian 14-4, Bethel at 10-8 respectively. As we start to hit the home stretch of the Crossroads League. And jumping it up will be Deja Cyrus, be matched up with the Pilots' Maggie DuBois, and we are underway as the Pilots win the opening tip, and they'll move from left to right on your screen. Heimlich comes over here now to Cam Glenn. Cam dribbles, now goes to the top, stops on the dime, looking for help. Now looking, gives up the dribble, now goes to Brickner on the far wing. Kelsey Brickner on the dribble, drives, shoots, and scores. Nice little move off the dribble.
Great job by Kelsey. They're giving her the left hand, so she went ahead and went strong to the rack. We've seen her float on that and not get all the way to the bucket. That time she went straight to the rack and finished.
582 points now for Brickner. Here's a shot off, way an offensive putback. Nobody put a body on Cyrus, and she's got the easiest basket she'll ever have, and we're tied 2-2.
Yeah, have to see what's going on next possession to see who is matched up. Little half-court trap here, diamond and one by Marian.
Here's the ball in the hands of Brickner at the top. Now over here to Cam Glenn. I spent some time with Brickner before the ball game, and we'll air that interview at the intermission. Here's Heimlich going to the far corner now to Brickner. Lobs it inside to Irwin. Irwin with a jab step. Looks for help. Now comes to Cam Glenn. 3 on the shot clock. Heimlich, triple, way off the mark. Air ball. And the thing about Heimlich She's either really good or really bad when she shoots.
She had a stretch where she was 7 of 11 for three-point range over 2 or 3 games. Marian came out man-to-man first possession, 3-2 zone that possession. The Pilots struggled. We know the Pilots like to run the shot clock down regardless of what defense they see, but we'll see what happens here. Like I said, first possession there was nobody near Cyrus in that offensive putback.
Ball goes in deep right corner now. Titzer's there, comes out to the top now. Now back to Downard on the far side wing. Back to the top of the ring now, Jones. Pass inside, ball deflected off of Cyrus out of bounds, and Cyrus thought she wasn't the guilty party, but the officials say she was.
Absolutely, that's good defense by Irwin, working hard on the post, forcing that pass to go further to the baseline than they wanted.
DuBois with the ball now for Bethel here in the half-court set.
Yep, diamond in one trap here by Marian, dropping into a 3-2 zone.
Cam Glenn now goes down to DuBois baseline, shovels it here to Heimlich, back to wide open Brickner. Brickner pull up 16-footer way off the mark. The rebound tracked down by Titzer.
It's the look you want if you're the Pilots, just didn't knock it down, but good patience, good ball movement, and good look.
Back here on the left side now, Titzer goes out to the top to Jones.
It's a tough matchup for Heimlich down there on Cyrus in the low post. She'll battle, but I'm feeling she'll pick up a foul down there eventually.
That guy here to the top now, Abby Downard, the 5'7" sophomore from Cardinal Ritter. High school ball's kicked. And that'll put 15 back on the shot clock. 7:48 to go here in this first quarter of play. We're tied 2-2.
We've seen this a lot this year from Macy. She doesn't mind going down low and mixing it up, but at the same time, now you got Cam Glenn on a switch down there against Cyrus. Mismatch advantage Marian.
Macy Lively, a 5'7" junior, transferred in from University of Evansville, did her prep work at Tipton. Here's Donner with a runner across the lane. Missed the shot, and once again, Heimlich missed the box out inside, and it's now a 4-2 ball game. Marian with the lead.
Oh, they're switching all screens, so she was matched up against Jones there, who's just much bigger, and just knocked her out of the way.
Now here's the ball in the hands of Glenn, back to Irwin with a jab step. Jess Irwin looking for help, comes back out to Heimlich at the top. Now goes to Cam Glenn on the far corner. Cam surveys the situation. Marian defense, everybody's got their hands out wide, doing a nice job. Now here's the ball at the top now to Cam Glenn. Cam on the drive. Step back 16-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by Karen Jones, the product of Tri-West High School, a former Bruin in high school. Now back out here to the top. Here's Titcher with a drive down the lane, and she scores the easy layup. 6-2, and 6-0 run by Katie's squad.
Yeah, Pilots use all 30 seconds, come up short, and Marian comes down and scores in about 10 seconds there. Just a quick curl.
Here's Heimlich, free throw line extended left. Back over here to DuBois. Back out to Heimlich. Heimlich thinks about it. Sends it over to Glenn. Cam, triple, good. It's now a 6-5 ball game as Cam Glenn knocks down her 9th triple of the year.
It's a good penetrate kick there by Macy, and got to be ready to shoot against this zone.
Here's Downer with the ball at the top of the circle, reverses it here to the near side. Lively for three, and she answers the bell coming back. 9-5 ball game, Knights with the lead.
Good ball pressure by Macy Heimlich on the defense there.
Here's the boy with the basketball, and the far side goes to Heimlich at the free throw line. Back here to Irwin. Jess for three, good. Back-to-back triples for the Pilots, and now 3 Pilots have tackled the score sheet.
Back-to-back assists for Heimlich again, getting the ball in the middle of that zone, penetrate, find your shooters on the wings.
Here's Downard here in between the rings now. Goes deep right corner now to Titzer, the former Roncalli Rebel. Dribbles to the foul line, extended right, now back to Lively. Lively around the screen and roll, driving, shooting, shot off the rim to good. Cyrus the rebound, missed it. And here come the Pilots. Cam Glenn with a nice job cleaning up the loose change. Here's a pass inside, and the drum line was there to come up to make the big play.
Wasn't there. You know, Kelsey's running the floor hard, Jess is trying to make something happen, but the ball's too precious. Take care of the ball.
I don't know who was wearing what shirt.
You see what happened here? Bethel switched benches. You know, normally Bethel's to our right, and so Maggie just came over here and ran to the Marian bench because she's so used to being on this side of the floor. This is the first game where Bethel's been on that side of the floor.
Yeah, no question.
Maggie ran over here to the Marian bench.
Over here, right baseline on the easy drive, and the score is Rachel Titzer, and it's now a 11-8 Knights lead.
That's just too easy right there.
With the exception of that 1 3-point basket, every one of the Knights' baskets have been layups. Michelle Moritas is in the game now for Bethel. Also out there is Tegan Parker.
So Bethel's going back. A lot of movement going to the middle zone. Again, I wish they need to just get somebody standing at that free throw line to find the soft spot.
Here's Irwin on the right wing drive. Stops. Ball reversal back to Moritas. Shot clock winding down. Moritas lost the handle on it. Nice job by Lively. Back the other way, Downard. She pulls it out of harm's way. Sets up shot for Karen Jones. And her three-point shot. Karen's into the deep left corner now. That's a traveling call. Whistled on Macy Lively.
Cyrus now with 3 offensive rebounds. She comes in averaging 14 points, 9 rebounds a game.
Macy Willoughby is going to check into the ball game now. Cam Cardenas is in the game now. And Ellie Williams all in the game now for Katie Gerald's team. Bethel will still retain their same grouping. Parker along with Moritas, Irwin, Heimlich, and Brickner.
You've got a small window in the middle of that zone, Paul, to hit. And too often when you're cutting, that window opens up right as your teammate turns their back.
Heimlich here on the right wing looking for help on the dribble, and a hand check whistle on Deja Cyrus, who did her prep work at Marian High School, home of the legendary Giants. And Heimlich will inbound the ball here right in front of our vantage point. Macy looking to, goes into the backcourt now, goes to Moritas. And
man-to-man defense for Marian.
And Macy Heimlich just set a nasty screen.
She's
Good
the
to
most.
see
Oh,
that.
she's the most physical pilot. I said that all year. She just has to be smart with it and can't pick up silly fouls.
Moritas goes now here to Parker, who just traveled.
No
and
screen
she
there.
throws it away. And then Titzer comes back and drives and shoots and scores the layup. I think what compounded the fracture there is that Parker, when she threw it away, she didn't hustle back.
Well, there were 2 pilots there that could have set the screen. So now Marian goes half-court trap after the made basket, dropping into a man-to-man defense now. And I love switching up the defense like this. Great job by Katie, keeping the offense on their toes. Already 15 on the shot clock.
Moritas here in between the rings at the 3:30 mark. Her club trails by 5. Michelle comes back up high here now to Irwin. Now here to Heimlich. She launches the triple. Off the rim it goes, and it comes out long now here to Sensei Marquois. And that ball is...
Good call by the official. Irwin was able to knock it. Irwin or Heimlich got a hand on it, knocked it right off of the legs of a Marian person.
I guess I checked that. That was Cam Cardenas on the play, the 5'9" freshman. Went to Beech Grove High School, the same place where Katie was a star at. Here's Heimlich going now to Parker. Parker up the left sideline, curls back out and re-engages the offense here in between the rings now. Parker on the drive inside, and she scores! Oh my, that may be the most aggressive play of the year for her.
Yeah, 2 good things I saw right there. First of all, the Pilots got somebody in the middle of the zone, hit the middle and reversed it to Parker. Great job of breaking the press, but then Teagan was aggressive with the ball. We haven't seen that all year.
No question. Cardenas goes inside to Cyrus, and Cyrus continues to score inside. It's her second field goal along the block. And we have a whistle and a timeout, Eric Gingrich. 15-10, our score. And we're going to take a timeout. Marian with the lead. We want to thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. Get more truck for the buck at Gates. Big trucks, bigger trucks, little SUVs, big SUVs, new and used trucks like Ram and Tacoma Quad Cab 4x4s. At Gates of Granger, just outside your door for over 90 years. Tomorrow on 91.1 FM The Globe and Regional Radio Sports at the Coach's Box, you can join me out at Beef O'Brady's. Our good friend Seth Zartman will be hanging out with us, talking a little baseball in the winter. We want to keep your eye on the prize, which is going to be springtime. Also, Mike McBride, the men's basketball coach at Holy Cross, will be talking some buckets with us tomorrow. So, cool show on tap tomorrow. So, come on out and join us at Beef O'Brady's in Granger, 6 to 7 Eastern Time on 91.1 FM The Globe. Here's Moritas, deep left corner now to Brickner. Brickner on the drive, up, under, missed the shot. Rebound, tracked down by Ellie Williams, the 6-foot junior from Columbus North. Here's a steal by DuBois.
Good
Maggie,
job reading the passing lane there by Maggie.
Sound like a free safety out there, watching the quarterback's eyes. Brickner waiting for some help.
She's got a pull. There you go.
Launch up the triple off the front of the iron. Rebound comes long now to DuBois. And she lost the handle on it.
Nothing wrong with that shot by Kelsto. If they're going to give her 2 feet, she has to shoot over the defender.
Back here at the top now, Deja Cyrus. Cyrus with a drive inside the lane.
Good
Pull
defense.
up 15-footer. Rebound, put up and in because nobody put a body on anybody. as Cardenas scores on the offensive putback. 17-10 now.
Great ball defense by Cam, but no help then on the rebound. Here's a 2-on-1 break.
Cam shovels it over here to Parker, and she scores the basket. 17-12. That's her second basket of the quarter.
Pilots doing a better job offensively, but they've got to get stops on the defensive end.
Cyrus goes inside. The ball deflected around, and now here's DuBois. Now Michelle Maritis will push it up from left to right on your screen. Number 22 looks to the left and goes left. Over to Brickner. Now here to Cam Glenn. Cam launches the triple off the rim, and Parker is over the back.
It's a soft foul there.
Oh, you're not kidding. I agree with you, Coach.
Yep, got a hand on somebody. But
a much more aggressive
Tegan Parker.
Parker, no question, the former West Lafayette Red Devil. Good to see that. And I think you and I, when we watch games, we pick up those things like it's most people do not.
She must be inspired by that Purdue football recruiting class, huh? No comment. Back to basketball.
Cam Cardenas with the ball now here on the right side. I figured the best thing to say was not to say nothing at all.
Your mom taught you if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all.
No,
I hear you.
I'm a big fan of what they're doing. Okay. I really am. Katie Giller was responsible that last dribble diving on the right side of the lane. Man. I mean, everywhere I go, in front of me, to my side, I've got
Purdue everywhere.
I have Purdue everywhere.
Boil her up, buddy.
Yeah, with a basketball deflected around, and here's the ball into the hands of Maritis. Jump pass back to Cam. Cam pushes up, goes back to Brickner. Brickner with a jab step, triple step back off the front of the iron. Rebound tracked down by Macy Willoughby. Willoughby now gives way here to Cardenas, and Cardenas will go back to Willoughby, and they'll set up shop out here on the perimeter with 20 seconds to go here in the quarter.
I love the tenacity by Michelle Maritis.
With a basketball, deep right corner, Cardenas on the dribble drive. The Olay defense by the Pilots again inside. And this one goes right through the 5-hole. Maritis on the dribble drive, jump pass, and a foul whistled on the play.
Yeah, Maritis picks up her first. And that's not a bad foul as Marian ended up knocking down the triple there.
And to inbound the ball to the right of the lane with 3.8 seconds to go.
Yeah, Brickner closed out on that three-pointer. Just got blown by on the baseline.
And it will be McQuay to inbound the ball. Gets it inside, and there's an easy field goal there. 19-12, a pretty easy quarter for the Marian Knights as they have a 7-point lead at the end of the first stop. We'll be back with more of college basketball live from Bethel College. This is the Regional Radio Sports Network.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
St. Jude continues to advance by increasing cure rates in childhood cancer. And donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. When it comes to research and advancements, there are some things that only we can do because we have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Paul Condry along with Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here. Courtside, sitting on top, Mike Lightfoot Court. Marian University, a 19-12 lead here at the end of one period of play. Coach, your impressions in the first half before we go to the numbers.
I thought that Bethel got some good looks early, didn't capitalize, did a poor job on the boards, and they were out-rebounded 13-3 in the first quarter.
Here is McQuay with the drive inside. She just became eligible, and she traveled with the basketball just recently.
Turnover number 6 for Marian University. First quarter, Marian shot 53%. The Pilots shot 38%. Marian was 1 of 3 from three-point range. Pilots were 2 of 7. Pilots had 4 turnovers. Marian had 5. But like I said, the rebounding advantage 13-3, including 6 offensive rebounds for the Knights.
Cam Glenn with the ball in between the rings now. Matched up against Cardenas. Skip pass into the corner now. Irwin, who's been quiet today, backs it out on the right wing, and Now goes to Heimlich. Shot clock winding down. DuBois looking back to Heimlich. Back here to Irwin, and she had it stolen away. Up court quickly is Makwe on the drive and the score. It's her first 2 points of the year, making it 21-12.
Yeah, she caught that and went straight to the rack and finished. You said Irwin's been quiet. She's 1 of 1 from the field tonight.
Ball in between the circles now. Cam Glenn goes to the right elbow to DuBois. She turns and squares up. Irwin with a nice job inside.
She trying to bang Giller down there.
She did. Good to see that.
Yep.
Cam with the drive down the lane. Shot no good. Rebound hauled out of there by Ellie Williams of Marian University. Up to the near side now, and that'll be a traveling call on Makwe again.
Makwe 2 turnovers, 2 points in limited play.
I think what I meant to say about Makwe is the fact that it was Van Haslett who just became eligible.
Okay.
Let me correct myself. And here's the ball into the hands of Heimlich on the left elbow. Now it goes back door here to Irwin. Irwin can't track it down, and into the hands of Katie Giller, former Beech Grove standout. Here's Willoughby. Skip pass to the far side now to Cardenas. Cardenas with the triple, no good, and DuBois beaten in the hustle play as Ellie Williams just out-hustled her for the rebound.
7 offensive rebounds now for Marian, 7 turnovers for the Pilots.
Back over here on the right side now, Giller. Step back is Willoughby. Willoughby foul line extended right on the dribble drive. Shoots a short shot inside, rebound put up and no good as Ellie Williams once again outworking everybody inside.
8 offensive rebounds.
She played for my good friend Pat McKee down at Columbus North High School. Pat's on the board of directors with yours truly at the Indiana Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association now. One of the best writers of all time in our state. Free throw's good. Now it's 22-12 in favor of the Marian University Knights, and the Knights in the midst of a 5-0 run.
One thing we see from Lady Pilots, they tend to deny the post playing on the high side, which is fine, but on the dribble drive or the pass, then you have to be able to adjust and jump down to the low side, and what's happening is they're just getting beat high side, letting the opponent go straight to the basket.
Here's Jessica Irwin here on the right side wing. Now dribbles in between the circle, matched up here by Katie Giller. Now back to DuBois. Now to Heimlich at the top of the ring now. Heimlich still looking for some help. Pilots have gone stagnant offensively. Everybody just standing around. Here's Bruckner with the jab step. Goes now to Irwin. Irwin crosses over, shoots, and that'll be a foul called.
Gonna call a block, late getting over there.
And is trying to take the charge was Macy Lively, and Irwin did a nice job of helping her up off the floor.
Lively's first foul, team's first foul of the quarter.
That was a good call because it was inside the circle. And that'll send Irwin to the charity stripe. Jess, Springfield, Ohio native, an 83% free throw shooter, and she knocks down the first points of the quarter for Bethel. And Mark, you have to go back to the 140 mark of the first quarter, the last time the Pilots had scored.
It's a 4-minute break there without in between buckets.
Second free throw good again. 23-14. If this team can just get itself to the line,
yeah,
they can win a lot of games.
Be like those old IU teams, get 32 free throws a game, they're going to win.
Lively comes out now here to Makwe. Makwe gives way here to Lively. Back to Williams on the far side. Now comes back to the point. Here to Giller. 7 on the shot clock, 7:05 second quarter game clock. This ball's deflected and picked up by Irwin.
Good ball pressure by Macy Heimlich.
Heimlich on the far side wing, looking for some help. Comes over here on the right side now to Cam Glenn. Cam looking for help, comes back out to DuBois, swings it to Heimlich on the far wing. Back out here to Brickner, goes right elbow. Now here to DuBois. DuBois bouncing, pass inside to Heimlich, and she missed the bunny inside. Karen Jones the rebound. Quickly up they go from right to left. Here's Willoughby on the far side. Hits the trailer here, Jones. Back to Willoughby. Now a nice little two-man game. That should have been a traveling call, and it was.
Dragged her foot there. Willoughby comes in. She's got 44 triples on the season, so you got to take that shot away from her, and Pilots forced her to pass it to the big, who dragged her pivot foot.
And it'll be Bethel basketball. They're a 23-14 trailer here at the 6:28 mark of the second half. second quarter. As Michelle Moritas is back on the hardwoods. Goes now to here to Irwin. Irwin looking for help here on the right side. Now quickly over to Heimlich on the far wing. Heimlich skip pass here to DuBois. She'll launch the triple. Karam's off the iron. DuBois has only made 11 of those from downtown. Here's a three-point shot from the near side. No good. Rebound. Cyrus turns, scores. Missed the shot. Is that one left woefully short? And now here's Irwin pushing it up from left to right.
Good
pass
run.
inside to Moritas, and Michelle running the floor, scores the field goal.
Just out-hustled everybody on the floor there, and it's a good find by Irwin, rewarding the teammate. 23-16 game now with 5:44 to play in the half.
Downer comes back over here to the near side. They go inside, and Heimlich does a nice job of trying to front Cyrus inside.
If I'm coaching, I'm taking a big sigh of relief right there, because that should have been foul number 1 or foul number 2 on Macy Heimlich. Should have been foul number 2 right there.
With the ball here is Downer to the left side, comes out at the Titzer, and then back here to the left wing, now to Lively. Lively's, nice screen and roll to Cyrus, and she traveled with a basketball.
Official didn't even make the call. He just blew his whistle and started walking this way. I think everybody assumed, but I almost felt like he anticipated that, like he blew the whistle before she even traveled. Good defense by Maggie DuBois.
Yeah, with the ball now here is Irwin in between the rings.
Jess has got attack. I like this matchup for Jess against Jones.
Here's the DuBois back out here to a wide open Brickner. Kelsey shot no good. A rebound deflected her out by Moritas.
Michelle's got to grab that. She tried to tip it, but she had a chance just to corral it.
Quickly up they go. Here's a drive, a shot, woefully short, and DuBois was able to grab the missed shot by Macy Lively. Here's Moritas now. Finds Brickner. Brickner's going inside. Now back out here to Heimlich. Macy on the right-hand dribble. Looks to the left, and then now she'll engage back to the right side now to DuBois. DuBois on the drive. Bounce pass into the corner, and she throws it away. And the drum line once again coming up big.
They are, but when she makes that drive, you've got 4 pilots outside the circle. Somebody's got to attack the basket, because when she makes that drive, there's going to be help side defense coming over. Looks like Jones jammed a finger there. We all know how that feels.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Coming into the ball game now will be Katie Giller, the 6-foot freshman from Beech Grove, and coming out of the contest, Karen Jones, the 5'10 senior. And she is.
Assistant Coach Vicky says she's going to be okay. Telling the trainer Ashley Ort she's okay.
Ashley, of course, a tremendous competitor when she was on the Bethel women's basketball team, playing for head coach Jody Martinez at the time.
Karen's looking at her coach going, "You didn't see it. It was bent that way. It's my finger. I know how it hurts."
Downer comes over here on the left side, lost the handle on it.
See, again, the pilots are switching that screen, Paul, so that puts Moritas on Deja Cyrus. So Marian's, they're too good of a team. They're going to take advantage of that.
DuBois checks out of the game now, and Tegan Parker, who's got 4 points in the ballgame.
Yeah, I think you recognize those tendencies. If they're going to switch all screens, and you tell Cyrus, you headhunt Moritas.
Back out here to the top now, Downer. Downer goes right side.
Coach Katie's in agreement with me.
That's that Purdue thing with you two.
Boiler up, man. All day.
And a turnover on the Knights.
Yeah, that's what Katie's saying. Go set that screen and slip it. You're going to score, because now Moritas is chasing you.
Over the timeline now, Michelle Moritas. Moritas
drive.
on the drive down the lane, missed the shot. Once again, Michelle so close, but so far away. Up court quickly now, Abby Downer. Downer on the dribble drive, kicks it into the corner. On the drive, here's an easy finish. Nicely played by Rachel Titzer. And it's now a 25-16 Marian lead. 3:56 to go in the second stanza.
Same play on both sides of the court. Pilots attack the basket, miss the layup. Marian attacks basket, knocks down the layup.
Brickner on the drive, missed the shot.
Going to be on the floor probably, so Bethel ball out of bounds. Cyrus picking up the foul.
It was really neat, Coach, and I know I mentioned this to you before the game. I've known Katie since she was in high school. She was on the cover of our basketball magazine that we were doing at the time, and got to know her, and of course followed her career when she was at Purdue. But we've remained, close in regard to the fact that as you can when you're in the same league. Here's a three-point shot here from Brickner. Good. And a timeout, Marian. Katie not happy with the defense right there. It's 25-19, 3:42 to go. But my point is that she is so frank and to the point in how she goes about everything that she does. There is no coach speak. It is absolutely black and white. There is no color to it.
For your first question, Coach, how do you like, or how do you feel about this team? I really like it some days. A lot of coaches say, "Oh, I like my team. We're great. Our record's not that good, but we have a lot." No, she's right. But she really likes her team at times tonight. But I guarantee, came into this game saying, if we're going to help, it can't be off Brickner. And right there, dribble drive, you help off Brickner, and you pay the price. And so immediate timeout. Her and I have exchanged emails. At the end of last season, we had some emails going back and forth about things. And same thing, I like that we can just talk about the game of basketball. Even during our broadcast here, she's listened to us and doesn't mind talking to us about what should be going on out there. And she knows the game so well. It's such a blessing that we still have her here in our conference, because I know there's opportunities for her to go up. And she just threw the coaching board down. And she's straightforward, to the point.
Yeah, she's been great for the Crossroads League. Brought 2 national championship banners back into this very, very competitive league. And I'm excited for her in the future she has, especially with their brand new gymnasium and all the details that are unfolding there. Coach, I know that you're listening in there as we'll get back to live play. As to inbound the ball will be Ellie Williams.
Yeah, I didn't like that interaction right there. She threw the clipboard down coming out of the timeout, and the coach or the official came over and grabbed an assistant coach to talk to her, and Katie came right over and said, "It's my team." And I agree with Coach. If you got something to say to Coach, you say it to Coach. You don't tell the assistant coach.
Pass inside now, Williams. Williams turns on Parker. Shot no good, and then Williams wins the battle. What a play by Williams. She just out-hustled everybody. And then there's a whistle inside on the Pilots. I believe it's going to be on Irwin.
Offensive rebound number 8 for Marian.
Heimlich will check back into the game now for the Pilots, and checking out of the contest will be Irwin. Coach, I guess at some point in time, we matter of fact, Katie and I talked about this last night because she listened to our coverage of the men's game, and she mentioned to me that, I really enjoyed your broadcast, blah, blah, blah. And, but she also said that I really liked what Scott Hetty did in the men's game, and that was the fact that T.J. Henderson, there's a shot and a score inside, and that makes it now 27-19. But he set one of his starters because he was a little mouthy coming to the bench one time. And I said, Scott's an old school guy. I like that, the way he's gone about that. And I guess my point is to you is, do you think there's at some point in time when the Pilots miss the box out, do you think somebody should just come down and sit?
Every coach has, there's some coaches that, players know as soon as they mess up, they're coming to sit, and, they're okay with that. And it depends on the coach. It depends on his relationship or her relationship with the players. But we talked about that. Rick gets away with the travel, but nice drive, missed the layup. We talked about that last night, though. I think Coach Hetty almost cost himself maybe a game, good steal by Marian, by sitting a player, but in the long run it's going to pay off because everybody in that team's now looking at it going, ooh, Coach means business, and we can't get that way.
It's a great point. After the turnover, Bethel has the ball trailing 28-19 with 2:30 to go. Here's Parker shoveling it inside to Cam Glenn, and Cam scores for the first time since the 6:23 mark of the first quarter, making it a 28-21 ball game.
Cam's got 5. Here's an air ball on the other end by Lively. Great dribble drive by Parker. Another good pass by Parker up the court.
And here's the ball deflected out of bounds by Downard.
It's the most aggressive we've seen Tegan Parker this season.
This is the best she's played.
She played real well at Grace defensively. I thought she really did a good job defensively at Grace, but yeah, this is certainly one of the best.
Very promising. Once again, talking about what Kat Gingrich mentioned during our postgame show. Here's Cam Glenn going to the goal. Got hammered and no call. And now here comes Downer leading the breakout. Passes inside to Williams. Williams
picture
shovels
perfect.
It back inside, and the shot missed by Giller. And that'll be Bethel ball.
Picture perfect break, though. You go down the sideline where the lanes are more open. You hit the post who's running to the basket. The post goes baseline, and somebody filled right underneath the bucket there.
Sarah Corbin will enter the lineup now for Marian University, a 5'9" senior from Mooresville High School. First time we've seen her, she averages 1.5 rebounds a game. Part of that talented senior group that has done nothing but win. There's a pass inside.
It's got to be a bounce pass.
And a foul called on Ellie Williams.
That's a good flash by Brick, but it's got to be a bounce pass.
And Heimlich to inbound the ball underneath her own goal to the left of the lane for her. Comes out high now here to Maritis, and Michelle will drive.
Hand check.
And ball reversal. Comes cross court now to Heimlich, back here to Maritis on the far wing now. Michelle on the jab step, comes to Cam Glenn. Cam back out to Heimlich. The triple off the rim, no good, as the shot clock was winding down. Quickly, here is Abby Downard over the timeline now. Kicks it into the corner now to Willoughby. Willoughby, shot no good. Rebound, Williams was over the back, no call, but ball's into the hands of Michelle Maritis with 80 seconds to go in the first half. 28-21 in favor of the Knights.
Both teams scored 9 points this quarter, low scoring.
There's a pass inside to Brickner, and she's fouled by Williams. That's going to be her second foul here in about 2 minutes.
Again, that's got to be a bounce pass, though, if you're the Pilots.
Don't forget to join us at halftime as Kelsey Brickner will be joining us.
It's the second time this official's blown his whistle and not come over and made the call. So the foul, I'm assuming, was on 14 Williams.
And now here's Parker with the basketball, giving way now to Maritis, and Maritis to set up shop here at the point now. 60 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Brickner on the drive. Backing in. She travels, no call. And now to Cam Glenn in the corner. Cam pull up 14-footer. Nope. Rebound and into the hands of Abby Downard and the Marian Knights. Up court quickly. Nice job of running the floor. For the score was Sarah Corbin, making it now 30-21 Marian.
Got to reward bigs when they run the floor. If you want them to keep running, feed them. They'll run all day long for you.
Brickner for the three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes out to Rachel Titzer of the Knights. Titzer over the timeline now. Gives way now to Willoughby, and they'll set up shop for the final possession of the half. Now in between the rings now, Willoughby. Now she'll angle on the dribble here to the left side where she's picked up by Glenn. Goes back to Downard at the top. On the drive, a kick out left side, Willoughby. Shot no good, Parker the rebound, and she nearly had the ball taken away from her. With 5.9 to go.
Yeah, we'll see what the Pilots run here, full court press. I'm going to have to ask John Natale. They put a team foul up on the board, but not an individual foul on that last call.
And multiple substitutions now. Cardenas and Mockway coming into the game, as exiting are Williams and Corbin. And with 5.9 seconds to go in the quarter, the Pilots to inbound the ball. Here's Maritis quickly over the timeline. Now she can outrun the pass inside to Brickner, and the first half is in the books. 30-21 our score here from Bethel College here on Mike Lightfoot Court. Marian, a 30-21 leader. We'll be back with our halftime interview right after this on Regional Radio Sports. All right, Kelsey Key joining us here. Kels, first of all, just your thoughts on the first half of play.
Well, we got to make shots, but more than that, we got to box out. It's been something that's plagued this group all year. They're just playing tougher than we are right now.
Well, you know, it's interesting because Kat mentioned this on the post-game show at IWU. He says if you look at Indiana Wesleyan, the difference between them, their girls are in the weight room, our girls are not in the weight room.
Well, we're in there. I don't know if we're doing the right things in there right now then, because we got to get stronger. That's for sure, yeah.
All right, and really that's what it comes down to here is right now this Marian team knows they have the ability to attack the glass.
Yes, yeah. They're on the floor after loose balls. We're not getting on the ground. We're letting them shove us around. They're being way more physical than what we want to play, and we got to figure that out.
Thought you guys got some good looks.
Yes.
Just missed some layups. Brick had a good, short corner jumper against the press. There's an opening there in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. We got to keep working the basketball. Our shooters got to keep taking shots. Macy's got to keep shooting the basketball. I was always told shooters shoot, shooters miss, but shooters got to keep shooting the basketball. So she's got to keep taking shots when she's wide open, and Brickner has to keep taking them too. We need all of them to keep shooting.
If you're a shooter, if you're hot, keep shooting. If you're not, shoot until you get hot, right?
Exactly.
Go get them, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks to Kelsey for stopping by. Our coverage buckets today presented by the Gates Automotive Group. Get more truck for the bucket, Gates. Big trucks, bigger trucks, little SUVs, big SUVs, new and used trucks like Ford F-150s and Silverado 4x4s. Gates Automotive, just outside your door for over 90 years. I spent some time with Kelsey Brickner earlier today, and I got to know her a little bit. And once again, Kelsey, who came into today's game with 580 career points, 167 rebounds, averaging 12.3 points per game in her. And, of course, in 47 games, she's been averaging 12.3 points per game. Welcome back here at the half. The Lady Pilots in action against Marian University, joined by Kelsey Brickner. Kelsey, first of all, let's just kind of go back and look back on the season thus far, 18 games into this season. Team's come a long way.
Mm-hmm. I think definitely we've had a bunch of freshmen step up for us and hit down some big shots and just get the flow of the game in underneath them. And I think it's helped that we've all had more confidence in him and just used to playing with him. So that's definitely helped a lot. And then obviously Cam being a really good senior for us, she has stepped up a lot and led us very well. So
give us an idea the difference between having her in the lineup and not having her in the lineup. We saw it on Saturday. It was a glaring difference physically, the way this team plays with her in there. Even if she's in the flow of the game, where she may go out for a couple minutes and come back in. But she always seemed to have that fallback person there that you can go to.
Mm-hmm. I think like we noticed on Saturday, not having her in there, she I think brings that confidence to us on the court, and just the senior leadership. She does an awesome job of just making sure people are where they at or where they need to be, and getting people the ball and making good plays when we need to in tight situations. So I think having her out, it was definitely hard, but it gives the freshmen like a place that they need to step up, and she does a great job even when she was out. Her a little bit, just cheering people on and making them feel like they're making them feel confident. So.
What's the difference between Kelsey Brickner as a freshman and now as a sophomore?
I would say that I'm more confident shooting outside. I've taken on the scoring role a little bit more. I definitely want to attack the basket more and looking to shoot when I'm open, as last year I maybe didn't want to step on toes as much, wanted to get the ball to upperclassmen and that kind of thing. So I think this year I've definitely stepped into more of a leadership role of scoring and just being more vocal.
When you talk about being more vocal, is that something that's part of your DNA or your type or your personality? Some athletes, it just doesn't, the shoe doesn't fit.
Right, yeah, it definitely is not something that I'm used to in high school. I definitely didn't do that. I had teammates that stepped in that role, and so this year it's like definitely a change and definitely something that I have learned and still learning to do. But I can definitely tell a difference when I am more vocal. You can tell people will come to you, ask questions, and they just feel more confident in you. So it's something that I'm still working on, and something that as a leader that I think is super vital.
Well, one thing you may or may not understand is I remember watching Cam play when she was a first-year player, and she struggled with some of the same issues. So it's just part of that maturation process. All right, let's just talk about the chemistry of this group overall. We've seen a wide variety of players step up and have big games, but the key thing is we haven't seen anybody really be consistent over the long haul, with the exception of yourself.
Mm-hmm. I think that just like I talked about our young team, at the beginning of this season, we just had freshmen trying to fill in, see where they were going to fit and that kind of thing. And even towards our middle of our break here, I just went through a stretch where I was just kind of lower points, and that's just something that I think everyone goes through. But we've had people step up in games that we've needed them to, and so that's been awesome. But I just think that once we're all on one game, that is going to be special for us. And so once we get that to click, I think that'll be exciting.
When you made the decision to come to BC, and if I were to say to you, well, you're going to score 580 points, 167 rebounds in your first year and halfway through your second year, would you believe those numbers?
I don't know. My senior year and in high school, I was not seen as much of a scorer. I averaged, I don't even remember, but I wasn't someone that everyone was looking at as a scorer. So I think I probably wouldn't have said that I would have those stats or those kind of numbers, but it's definitely something that I worked on a ton coming into college, and knowing that I was going to have to be much more of a threat and going to have to be someone that I was going to, they're going to have to stop inside and outside. So going into my freshman year, I think I surprised myself a little bit, which was exciting. And then I was just excited for coming in my sophomore year, putting in the work to just grow more and as a player.
Coach Katz said during the post-game show that the difference between Indiana Wesleyan and Bethel is that the Indiana Wesleyan girls are living in the weight room, and that this Bethel team has to find the same type of desire and the will to win to get into the weight room. Do you think that you could be that vocal leader to get the gals in the weight room like Kat says you need to be?
Right. I definitely think so. I think that it showed. They subbed in one post player out and put a different one in the same size, and that's obviously something that it showed that affected us. And I think once our girls get stronger, once we all get stronger, we'll be able to get out-rebound teams like that, and that's the thing that will help us win games like that, because they out-rebounded us by a decent amount, and if they didn't have second chance opportunities, we're in that game. And I think that obviously getting in the weight room is a huge thing for that. So I think once we keep growing, and that's just another thing that we got to put in our process to help. Yeah.
Hey, best of luck. Keep up the great work, kiddo.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of college basketball. That's Kelsey Brickner, 5'11" sophomore from Northridge High School. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
There's always a moment of truth where it's either put up or shut up. We were yelling our hearts out. Even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continued to push. I don't know where the pain went to, but all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Country along with Coach Mark Gardner. 30-21 here at the intermission. You had a chance to listen in to Kelsey Brickner, well-spoken young lady. Make no mistake about that. If she wants to go into that aspect of the next level of her life, certainly will be a great spokesperson for whoever. And I was really impressed with the way she handled the questions. A lot of student athletes, Coach, as you well know, when you're talking to the old sportscaster guy, they just sometimes climb up. That wasn't the case at all. I thought her answers were very articulate, smart kid, and I think as you look forward to the future for her, she's going to be she's going to write her name in the record books.
Yeah, she came in last year, scored a lot off the bench, was more of just a shooter last year, and this year she's become an all-around player, good defender. She works hard, and for only a sophomore, very well spoken. Dad's been a coach and an athletic director, so she's grown up around the game, and I think that contributes to her success. Look at some first half stats here. First stat, Marian has played 11 players. Pilots have only played 7. So when you talk about people getting tired and getting winded, getting pushed around, getting beat to the loose balls or the rebounds, depth obviously plays into that. For Marian as a team, they shot 13 of 31, 42%. It's 1 of 7 from three-point range, only 14%. They knocked down all 3 free throws. Out-rebounded the Pilots 26-11, and they had 8 offensive rebounds. 4 assists, 11 turnovers. Individually, Downard had 0 points, 2 rebounds. Lively, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Titzer, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Jones, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Cyrus, 4 points, 5 rebounds. McQuay, 2 points. Cardenas, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Williams, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Giller, 2 points and a rebound. Willoughby, 2 rebounds, and Corbin scored 2 points for the Lady Pilots. 8 of 27 from the field, 30%, 3 of 12 behind the line, 25%. They knocked down both of their free throws. Only 11 rebounds and only 1 on the offensive end. 7 assists on their 8 baskets, 7 turnovers. Individually, Irwin knocked down a triple to get things started. Did not get another shot off the rest of the half, so 5 points and a rebound. Brickner, 2 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 5 from three-point range. She's had some good looks, just struggled to shoot tonight. 5 points and a rebound. Macy Heimlich, 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 3 from three-point range. 0 points, 0 rebounds. Cam Glenn, 2 of 7 from the floor, 5 points and a rebound. Maggie DuBois, 4 rebounds. Tegan Parker, 2 of 2 from the field, 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And Michelle Moritas, 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 points and a rebound. Halftime scores across the conference. The final score, first one, number 25, St. Francis holds off Gray 64-62. So both of those teams are at 4 and 3. Receiving votes, Huntington leading Goshen 33-27 at the half. Spring Arbor and Mount Vernon tied at 24 at the half. Mount Vernon comes in at 2 and 4. Spring Arbor comes in at 1 and 5. And then the big one in the conference, number 10, Taylor, 38. Number 16, Iwu, 32. 1 minute to play in the first half.
We'll be back with more of our continuing coverage of the Crossroads League. Bethel Lady Pilots basketball. They're a 31-30-21 trailer right here at the intermission.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Country, Mark Gardner, Tiny Country with all the details upstairs here in this one. Looking ahead, and I know Mark mentioned some of the scores, but if you look ahead to Saturday in the Crossroads League, 16th ranked Huntington will be on the road to take on Receiving Votes Huntington. Mount Vernon will be at Taylor. Bethel will be on the road at Spring Arbor. Grace will be at 7th ranked Marian, and Goshen will be at St. Francis. And of course, we'll have both the Bethel women's and men's game audio only on Saturday. Charlie Shepard will be joining me up north of the border in beautiful Spring Arbor, Michigan. I always look forward to going up there and seeing really one of the neatest guys in all of this Crossroads League, and that is Ryan Cottingham. And Ryan, of course, the men's coach, athletic director. His son's on the men's basketball team there too. Not getting a lot of playing time, but certainly neat to have all that family experience, and really one of the class guys. And I was mentioning to Andrew Bowen earlier today, it's hard to believe that the Pilots have won 13 straight games against Spring Arbor. Been a lot of close games in that series.
A lot of close ones in that series, and new facility up there. One of the nicer facilities from what Drew Schaus was telling me. I know used to always hear you say that you were heading up to the old airplane hangar, and so you get to check out the new facilities.
Well, we still haven't had a chance to go to Marian. We'll be down there later on in the year, and when it's all said and done, the basketball, the facilities, the coaching, the student athletes, certainly making what I have always said since I've been in the league for 20 years now, the best ticket in town.
Hey, we're just picking up on this because we've had this discussion. Check out those Marian shoes, Paul. Everybody wearing the same shoes. I'm a big believer in that. I know you are too. That get out and dress the part and play the part, look like a team, go through warm-ups hard, and just having to pick that up because we talk about that often.
With the basketball now, Bethel will have on the floor their starters: Heimlich, Glenn, DuBois, Irwin, and Brickner. Marian's going to come back with their same starting unit of Abby Downard, Macy Lively, Rachel Titzer, Karen Jones, and Deja Cyrus. And Irwin comes back out high here to Glenn at the point now. Glenn goes to free throw line. Heimlich back to Irwin. 12-foot shot right side. No good. Cyrus the rebound.
3-2 zone there by Marian, and the Pilots finally got a good look once they got the ball in the middle of that zone to Heimlich, but here's Jones on the other end for the easy two.
Karen Jones, who averages 8 points and 5 rebounds, gives her club their largest lead of the ballgame now at 32-21. 9:16 to go here in the third stanza.
There's just really no excuse for the Pilots not getting back on defense.
There's a pass inside to Boyd, double team, looking for help. Throws it out to the top now here to Cam Glenn, and Cam launches the triple and knocks it down. That's a huge basket for Cam Glenn and the Pilots.
Cam now with 8 points. Nice quick release on the three-point shot.
Downer goes over here to Cyrus. She drives inside, missed the shot. She got the offensive put back, and Heimlich was there for the block shot. And finally the ball goes out of bounds off of Irwin. The scowl on Jessica Irwin's face was one that would
yeah, trying to dribble out of the double team there. So coach, quick subs here, a minute into the second half, pulling Brick and Irwin. He's talking to them. They're not listening.
And
interesting there.
He continues to talk to them.
Yeah, there's Heimlich picking up her second foul down low. Just, again, she's competing, she's banging, but that's a foul.
And that will be the first foul on either squad here in this second half of play. And now it will be Marian to inbound the ball. Once again, Marian decked out in the dark blue shorts and jerseys with the gold and blue numbers respectively. Pilots decked out in the gray, and of course the blue numbers trimmed in white. 67th meeting all-time between these two clubs. Marian leads the all-time series, 36-31. Marian has got an 8-game winning streak in this series. Katie Geralds has 9-3 against the Pilots overall. Eric Gingrich has yet to defeat Marian University since he's been. Bethel's last win in the series, Mark, was on the 8th of February in 2014. You know, as they continue to clean things up inside, it'd be nice for someone here in the physical building to get over and help these guys. As we got a problem, the official is going to the officials timeout. Coach, you're going to figure that one out. We're going to take a timeout and be back with more. 8:38 to go here in the third quarter, 32-24. We'll be back after this on Regional Radio Sports.
It's pouring rain. It's real dark outside. Your heart starts beating really, really fast. You've never done anything so hard in your life. This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. It's such extreme pain, you don't understand how you can finish. I began to feel that there was no way I was ever going to have my title, U.S. Marine. It takes special inner strength, courage, and desire to do this. I was just thinking, I'm so close, I'm so close. And when I finished, I was like, I'm done, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me straight in front of me, put her arm on my shoulder and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner, Tanya County with all the details. I'm not even going to speculate why the official had to run back to the locker room. I think we all can figure that one out a little bit, I guess. But they're still concerned about the floor. And without further ado, after the timeout by the officials, let's get to live play here. Here's Cam Glenn with the rebound on the Miss Marian opportunity. And now here come the Pilots now. Michelle Moritas goes here to Heimlich on the near side. Cross-court pass back here to Parker. Tegan with a skip pass over here to Heimlich. 16 on the shot clock. Heimlich gives way to Glenn here. Glenn on the drive baseline. Shoots, missed the shot, and Cam's going to earn 2 free shots. He got a little bit of giddy on that leg right now, Coach. She banged it up the last time around.
Well, it's just good to see her attack the basket. The Pilots seem so content swinging the ball around the circle, and then it gets under 10 on the shot clock. And so, nice to see Cam just go to the rack and force the official to blow the whistle.
Cam with 4 unanswered points, and at the 8:13 mark, Cam with an opportunity here to make it 5 straight points, and she does so. And that helps the Bethel Pilots, believe it or not, get within 6 and within striking distance.
Yeah, they're not playing well tonight as far as shooting the ball. They're playing hard, but they're not shooting the ball well at all yet. They're only down 6.
Here's a drive inside, kick back out here to the top. Titzer shot no good. Rebound, Cam Glenn coming out of nowhere to disrupt the play there, and finally the ball ricochets into the hands of a gray jersey. Michelle Moritas. Skip pass over here now here to Parker. Tegan Parker goes out high here now to Heimlich, and now finally to Michelle Moritas with 14 on the shot clock, 7:38, third quarter game clock. Heimlich bodied up out here, goes now to Michelle Moritas. Shot clock winding now. Cam Glenn will launch the triple off the rim. It goes and comes long to Moritas, and the Pilots will get another go around.
Pilots making this run with Brickner and Irwin on the bench.
Parker comes back here to Glenn at the top. Glenn matched up against Rachel Titzer. Now goes into the corner now Parker, and the ball's knocked out of her hands with 16 on the shot clock. 7:11 third quarter game clock.
Pilots are stretching this game out, limiting possessions by running that shot clock down with each possession.
Here's the ball out high to Moritas. Moritas on the drive, stops. Ball reversal back to DuBois at the free throw line. Now bounce pass to the far side now to Parker. Parker spins, drives, shoots, and a foul. And once again, Parker going to the rack. Where did this come from, Mark? I mean, really?
I don't know, but I like it. That's a good, strong move. Picks up a third foul on Cyrus. Just attacked under control, went to the elbow, spins back to the baseline. Here she is again.
There's a pass inside to Parker. Shot block, got the rebound, and a nice hustle play nonetheless. But you can handle the hustle plays.
Yeah, I thought Tegan got fouled on that one too. That's a good cut. Here's Moritas hounding downward.
Downward coming out high in between the rings now.
It's a bad matchup there with Cyrus on Michelle.
The pass into the deep left corner now to Titzer. And back to Downward, foul line extended left. Comes around a screen. Ball deflected, pass inside, coming across the lane, shot no good by Jones, and here come the Pilots. Here's Macy Heimlich on the dribble drive, jump pass. Absolutely.
Yeah, forcing the turnover there when she gets a 7-foot shot.
And here's Cam Glenn running the floor. That ball goes off of Cam out of bounds. And now Irwin and Brickner come into the ball game, and Glenn and Parker. Or check that DuBois check in. Out, excuse me. Jeez.
Turnover number 9 for the Pilots there in that one. Marian without a turnover here in this start second half.
Downer back out high here now to Corbin. Corbin drives down the left side of the lane. Running one-hander's good. The steady senior coming up with a big basket there, making it a 8-point lead now for Marian.
Corbin now 2 of 2 from the field.
Heimlich at the top of the ring now. Macy on the drive, off-balance shot. Karam's off the iron and hauled out of there by Titzer.
And Macy about picked up her third foul there on a frustration foul going in after swinging after that rebound.
Downward foul line extended left. Now comes back here to the top and she'll run the show. Downward, of course, who blew out her knee here on the floor, that left knee. She's got a big brace on there last time she was here. There's the ball deflected around and ricochets into the hands of Titzer. Shot clock winding down. Downward for 3, no good. A rebound. Heimlich missed a box out. Here's a running one-hander in the lane, way off the mark. And Heimlich is there for the box out this time. She's gassed. Brickner on the left side wing gives way now here to Moritas. Michelle with the crossover. Looking
nice
still
move.
On the crossover. Drives and she's fouled. Michelle Moritas, 63% free throw shooter, is going to go to the line to shoot some free stuff.
Good little head and shoulder fake there. Hesitation dribble, attack the basket.
And Moritas on the year, averaging 3.8 a game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.5 turnovers. As she knocks down this first toss, that makes it a 34-27 game at the 5:12 mark. Michelle with one more opportunity. Former Heartland High School product from Howell, Michigan, able to knock down the second of the toss. It's a 6-point ball game now, 34-28. Willoughby with the ball now for Marian here. In between the rings. Hucked out here by Brickner. Comes up high now to Titzer at the point. Titzer angles on the dribble to the right wing. And now they'll skip past to Corbin on the far side.
Got Glenn trying to defend Jones on the low post.
There's a nice little crossover move by Titzer. Comes back out high now to Willoughby. Jump shot from about 6 feet in. She scores. That makes it a 36-28 ball game. Marian with the lead.
Yeah, so he had Glenn matched up down low, which means that Brickner Irwin's out on the top there and just got beat off the dribble.
Cam Glenn with the ball on the near side wing on the hard right-hand high dribble. Goes over now to Parker. Partner with a jab step. Looking for ball reversal. Goes inside and throws it away.
Yeah,
getting tired now.
Yep.
Up court quickly. 3-point shot from the corner. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Oh, my. We're making it rain home with Macy Lively, her 43rd of the year. 39-28. Matches the largest lead of the game.
Parker's physically tired, and that's where you start to make those mental mistakes.
Bethel needs a timeout. They'll take one here at the 4:01 mark. They're in the midst of a 5-0 run. We'll be back with more high school and college buckets and all and then some. That's what's going to be the topic tomorrow. Don't touch that dial.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Condrey Gardner live here from beautiful Mishawaka, Indiana. We're sitting on Mike Lightfoot Court. Glad you could be with us here. Here's Parker with a jump shot from the right block. Miss it. Ball ricochets out. And hustling back from left to right is Macy Lively. She drives down the left side of the floor, and she's fouled, going strong to the goal.
Brick's going to pick up her first foul. Good look for the Pilots coming out of the timeout. Tegan just couldn't finish down there.
Mike Way back in the ball game now for Marian. Also on the floor, it's Karen Jones, also to be joined out there by Sarah Corbin. And at the free throw, missing the mark is Macy Lively.
Couple stats that jump out at me, Paul. Bethel shooting 28%, Marian shooting 41%. Marian's gotten 10 more shot attempts because of those 10 offensive rebounds. You know, you can't give your opponent 10 more opportunities to put the ball in the basket at this level.
Moritas and Parker coming out of the game. And back onto the floor will be Heimlich and DuBois. And that free throw is good, so one of the two opportunities were good. And now with 3:44 to go, Marian has his largest lead of the game at 12. Here is Cam Glenn here, going right side now to Irwin.
It's an important 3 minutes here for the Pilots. Get this lead back.
Irwin throws it away.
I think Eric was calling for a foul, thought there was a hold. I didn't see that, but was not a good execution on that end.
Willoughby gives it out high now here to Lively. Her shot in and out and in. So that will be a three-point basket. Now it's getting out of hand now.
Yep.
43-28.
When you catch a ball on the low block, you're always going to have a teammate wide open on the opposite wing, and that's what they're doing right there, going low-high.
Here's Brickner for a wide-open triple. No good. Midst of the Knights in the midst of a 9-0 run and getting ready to provide the knockout punch. Willoughby going inside, and they're going to call a foul on
they're
Corbin.
going to call an offensive foul there.
That's a terrible call.
Oh. Katie asked what. I don't know. He's saying that the defender was trying to go around and she hooked, but
that's a terrible call.
I'm with you on this one, Katie.
To move from right to left now
the
is
pass was to the
Marias.
baseline, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're just broadcasters. He's got the stripes. His opinion counts more than ours.
Here's Heimlich with the basketball now. Now at the top of the ring now. Looking, going right side now to DuBois. Back out to Cam Glenn. Swings the left side now to Irwin. Back out to the top to Marias. Back to Glenn on the right wing. Cam Glenn with 6 on the shot clock. Drives. Mark, how many points for Irwin tonight? How many shots?
Jessica Irwin, 1 for 2. She knocked down the first triple of the game.
Right.
Knocked down the first triple.
And that has been it.
Yeah.
She needs more shots, more. This needs to be more in tune right now. I'm not just putting it all on her, but once again, they just.
Yeah, Bricks 2 for 11, Cam's 3 for 9, Heimlich's 0 for 5, Parker 2 for 4.
Cam Glenn is able to knock down the free toss, making it 43-29.
So this is the best play for the Pilots. They're at the foul line for the final 2:26. That's what Katie just said in front of us. All we do is foul. They're shooting free throws the rest of the quarter.
And Cam with another free throw, good. It's a 13-point Marian University lead.
But you have to attack the basket in order to get those fouls called for the Pilots.
Exactly. Cardenas with the ball, guarded by Maritas.
Great defense by Michelle.
Yes, indeed. Gets the screen here from Corbin, and now Corbin comes up high. Pass inside, deflected, and the ball was deflected nicely inside by Maggie DuBois.
Same thing now. You got to attack the basket, take care of the ball, get to the rim.
Maritas goes left side now here to DuBois. Maggie looks, goes inside to Michelle. Michelle, skip pass to Irwin for 3. Good. Exactly what I was talking about, Mark. She needs more looks and more touches.
And that goes back to what I just said a few minutes ago. When you catch the ball in the low block, because of natural help side defense sagging down, there should be a teammate opposite elbow or extended, and that's exactly what happened there. Maritas skip pass to Irwin.
Pilots in the midst of a 5-0 run. Marquay with the basketball, looking. Back out to the top now to Willoughby. Willoughby goes into the deep right corner now. Cardenas for 3, and she twinkles the twine. Nice play by Cam Cardenas.
She's only 2 of 10 from three-point range, so you don't mind giving that up, but at the same time, Heimlich was about 3 feet away. Just needs to close out and take it away.
Irwin comes out high here to Heimlich. She launches the triple, couldn't get to go. And there's a hustling Irwin, only to miss the shot. Got to use the left hand there, Coach. Left hand, left side. That's what we always
charge.
Do. And Heimlich hits the deck hard, and the whiplash hits her head in the.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Took the charge, but then her head hit the floor. She just asked the official, did I get the offensive foul? But I think with today's concussion protocol and all that stuff, I would be making her come out of the game if I was an official just to get checked, because she did hit her head on the floor.
Yeah, it was a nasty whiplash. And just keep an eye on her, Coach, as she's got her wits about her. So
love her tenacity, Paul. I'll tell you,
I do too.
She's got some growing up to do as far as getting quicker defensively, but I love the way she competes.
Yeah. And here is Cam Glenn at the free throw line. Back out here to DuBois. Swings it to the near side to Irwin, back to Michelle Maritas. Goes now to Heimlich on the right wing. Passes over here on the left side now to DuBois. She drives, shoots, and she finishes. 46-35, 30.7 seconds to go.
Good aggressive move by Maggie getting to the rim.
And now with the ball on the perimeter now, Macy Willoughby, 5'8" sophomore, who did her prep work at Carroll High School in Flora, Indiana. One of those small schools, very similar to Macy Heimlich's North White High School. Matter of fact, last time I checked, they were in the same league. Here's Heimlich with a nice job defensively. Here's Makwe with a shot in the lane, no good. Rebound, Michelle Maritas. And 3/4 are in the books on Mike Lightfoot Court. The Knights a 46-35 leader. And we'll be back in 60 seconds with the 4th quarter on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Paul Condry, Mark Gardner, glad you can join us. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll be right back here A week from today, welcoming home an old friend. Jody Martinez, the Bethel College Hall of Famer, will bring his Taylor University Trojans in town. We'll have a couple of former Bethel Hall of Famers coming back into the house. Natalie Young, the great Natalie Young, in yours truly's opinion, the greatest women's basketball player to ever be called a lady pilot. She could do so many things.
Definitely the best lady pilot to play, or the best lady to play noon hoops. I'll give her that one. No doubt about it. Here's some score updates around the league. Remember, St. Francis held off Grace 64-62 winner there. Huntington leads Goshen 49-39 after 3 quarters of play. Spring Arbor trails Mount Vernon 36-33 with 1:20 to go in the third. Taylor 6-point lead over Iwu with 6 minutes to play in the third.
Welcome back here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Nice play by Makwe with the field goal to make it now a 48-35 ball game here, just moments into the fourth quarter now. Maritis near wing. Inside now to Heimlich. Heimlich turns, shoots the 15-footer, no good. Rebound, ricochets around, and a foul on the floor. I believe they're going to whistle that against Ellie Williams, the 6-foot junior. And that's her third infraction. She's not happy.
She hasn't been happy with any of her fouls, so that's okay. I think her and Irwin banging a little bit down there, competing.
And now the ball out high here to Maritis, and now to Cam Glenn on the right side. Cam waiting for a cutter. Goes to Irwin. She jab steps away, and then now back over to Cam Glenn on the near wing now. Cam crosses over on the drive, and she got hammered. Big time. I tell you what, that was the old-fashioned headhunting going on there.
Willoughby picks up the foul, but again, here you are.
That's a good foul, man. I've always been a big fan. If you're going to take it to the rack, I'm going to make you earn it.
But 39 seconds into the half, that's 2 team fouls already. We know the Pilot's best offense
that is a good
to
point.
the foul line.
Yeah, likewise is a good point, Coach.
They have to attack the rim to get those calls.
Making it now a 48-36 ball game. Former Ann Arbor native is able to knock it down again, and once again it's an 11-point game.
Cam with 14 points now in the evening.
And talking with Katie before the ball game, her biggest thing was the entire year is we've not buried people. We've had chance, and here's a ball deflected out here, and it'll be Marian basketball. It was deflected by Cam Glenn.
It was deflected. I think Eric was wondering, did McWay get possession before she dribbled in the backcourt? I don't think she did.
3-point shot from the far wing. Karam's off the iron, and the rebound comes along to the Pilots.
Yeah, we talked pregame. Indiana Wesleyan's burying people this year by 30, 40, and 50. Marian's beating people.
And now here's Maritis here on the near wing. Cross-court pass now to Maggie DuBois. Skip pass into the deep right corner now to Irwin. Her triple is good. Just like that, it's an 8-point ball game.
Great screen by Macy Heimlich to free up Irwin on the skip pass there.
Now ball here on the near side is McWay, who went to Bingham High School in South Jordan, Utah. Here's a drive from the right side. Maritis picks up the foul, and Cam Cardenas, the good-looking freshman from Beech Grove High School, is going to go to the line. I like the way she's played today.
Yeah, I like that drive, but Michelle's just got to keep moving her feet. You're beat off the dribble, but you're still bodying up with no foul. But as soon as you reach in with that left hand, the whistle's going to blow.
Free throw good, and that makes it a 9-point ball game, 49-40. Here at the 8:17 mark. Getting ready to check into the game now for Marian University will be Abby Downer, right in front of our vantage point. The horn goes, and she's back into the game, and it's now a 10-point ball game at 50-40. 8:17 to go.
Free throws this evening. Marian now 5 of 7. The Pilots 10 of 10.
Maritis with the ball on the right side. Comes over here to the top. Now Heimlich back over here to DuBois. Back out to the top. And quickly to Irwin on the near side. Irwin on the drive. And she had it blocked away. And here comes Downer moving from left to right. Deep right corner now here to McWay. McWay lost the handle on it, but skips it back out here on the hard dribble. They'll come back out to the top and re-engage the offense now. Abby Downer, the 5'7" sophomore from Cardinal Ritter High School, goes right elbow now here to Giller. Giller turns and squares, and then she's fouled by Jessica Irwin, apparently. Irwin gives him the official the scowl. And Irwin will come out of the game. And back into the game will be Brickner. And to inbound, just to our right, will be Rachel Titzer. Now goes down to Downer, and Abby angles on the dribble to the right side. Wrap around bounce, pass, and a kick save. And a beauty. Hope the Blackhawk goaltending is going to be that good tonight. And at the 7:31 mark in a 10-point fourth quarter ball game, it'll be Downer to inbound the ball underneath their own goal. Comes out high here. Wide open shot, and no good. And the Pilots into the hands of Rossville product Maggie DuBois. Move from right to left now. Here's Heimlich. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Really, Coach?
I'm not a big fan of that one there. Macy, a little spin move. Defender fell down. It's going to be team foul number 3. Foul number 3 on Macy, and turnover number 12. Remember, Marian had 11 turnovers in the first half, only 3 second-half turnovers.
You know who's been pretty quiet tonight has been Deja Cyrus.
9 rebounds, but only 4 points.
We'll miss some bunnies inside early. Coming out high here, Downard. Downard looks for some elbow deflected around, and she throws it away. Michelle Moritas to push it up. Michelle over the timeline now. Goes now here to DuBois. Skip pass back here to Moritas. Michelle with the hard dribble. Ball deflected around into the hands of Cam Glenn. Cam. Ball ricochets into Cam's hands somehow, some way, and she puts it up and in from the right block. 50-42.
Sloppy pass in there between the 2 guards, but they came away with 2 points.
Yeah, that's not how they drew it up, Coach.
Nope, looks the same in the scorebook, though.
Yeah. Ball on the far side, and there was a foul by Heimlich. Yeah. That was a double forearm shivered, and
Cyrus
finally was able to get herself free for the field goal.
Yeah, she got poked in the eye. She's now 3 of 9 from the floor.
Here's a drive by Brickner for the deuce, making it 52-44.
Kelsey's 3 of 12 from the floor. Tough night shooting.
Ball here on the near side now. Titzer. All the way to the far side wing, now to Lively. Now they go inside to the paint, but back to Titzer. Wide open triple, no good. Rebound. Cyrus just took it away from Heimlich, and then she banks it up and in from the far block. 54. Well, Coach, there we go. 54-44 as Katie Jones is going to take a timeout and discuss pleasantries with 5:51 to go in the ballgame.
It's like Deja heard you say she was having a quiet night, because now it's quiet night. She's responded with back-to-back rebounds and buckets. Yep. And now she's at 10 rebounds, 8 points.
As you look around the league, nothing really that's gone away from form, unless you think that St. Francis Grace game was an upset. I don't think it was at all. I just think I think Jason Ridge has done a masterful job at St. Francis.
Grace, tough matchup for everybody the first time around, because you got new coach, new system, new style. But once teams see film, they'll make some adjustments, and it'll be interesting to see how Grace does in that second go-around. But now everything else, you got Mount Vernon and Spring Arbor sitting down there at 2-4, 1-5, and they're in a close game. Huntington beating Goshen by 10, that's expected. And then, of course, Iowa and Taylor are knotted up in a close one there, and that's expected. So this would be the lone upset of the evening if the Pilots can find a way to overcome the 10-point
Irwin
deficit.
lobs it inside now to Heimlich, and they're going to call a foul on the lob inside.
See, that one frustrates me as a coach. We see it all the time where somebody shoots and they don't blow the whistle until the ball comes off. Macy had the ball and had the advantage. You just took away 2 points. It's the reverse.
Sure. Heimlich to inbound the ball again. Now goes over here to Brickner, and Brickner drives. Pull-up shot from 4. Good. Now it's a 54-46 ball game with 5:30 to go. Pull up 12-footer here right side. Cyrus again with the rebound. This time on the foul. She's fouled.
So Cyrus to go to the line to shoot 2. Another rebound now. 11 rebounds for her. Brick picks up her second foul. Cyrus is a 74% free throw shooter.
You know, it's interesting in watching Katie interact with her student athletes when she calls them over and she talks to them. They are looking her in the eye when they are being talked to.
You know why? Because they appreciate the fact that she's got them on the floor. I guarantee if they look away or talk back, they're going to be down there about 7 or 8 seats to our right, cheering.
1 of 2 on the opportunity for Deja Cyrus, and now it makes it a 55-46 ball game.
Back to that trap that we haven't seen for a while.
Here's the ball in the hands of Irwin. Irwin at the top now, runs the offense to Parker on the far wing.
3-2 zone.
Pass inside. Irwin is fouled inside, and I believe it's going to be whistled on Karen Jones.
It's going to be her first foul. Send Irwin to the line where she is 2 of 2 tonight.
You know, outside of Makwe, who's from Utah, and Reinke Van Hanselen, who's only played 1 game, who's from the Netherlands, Katie's kept all the recruiting done in state, which bodes well for her Midwest roots, I think.
Yeah, you know, she's a known commodity here in the state, and when you're Katie Geralds, Irwin misses 2 there. Yeah, when you're Katie Geralds and you walk into somebody's living room, they know who you are.
Yeah, Irwin, an 83% free throw shooter, just missed a pair, and that's a killer there. Yeah, no question. Former Miss Basketball, of course, All-American at Purdue, and one of the all-time great players. And
there's a missed foul by the officials. Irwin took away the dribbler's right arm.
Here's Heimlich on the drive, throws it into the corner, ball deflected out of bounds. And with 4:44 to go on the 4th quarter clock, the Marian Knights a 55-46 leader. There, Gingrich looking down his bench, trying to make a move, and he does so. He'll call on Cam Glenn.
Yeah, we've not seen Sydney Williams at all tonight. We've not seen Tiana Allen.
Very similar to what Ryan Lightfoot did last night. He shortened his bench by a couple. And here's the ball out here on the perimeter now to Cam Glenn. Cam drives, and Cam's going to go shoot more free stuff.
Yeah, and the Pilots are shooting the final 4:40.
Another free throw opportunity for Cam Glenn. Camel, who came into the ball game with 1,073 point mark. This is her 100th career game as a Lady Pilot. 1,073 points, 272 rebounds, 212 assists. Overall, when it's all said and done, she's averaged 10.8 points per game over the course of the 100 games.
Lively picks up her 4th foul. Cam misses the 3rd straight free throw for the Lady Pilots.
And this one is good, so she was 1 of 2, making it a 55-47 ball game. And now Marian to move from left to right. And now to push it up now, Macy Willoughby. She's into the forecourt now here, picked up by Irwin. Goes to the far side now to Downer. Gives back to Willoughby, and inside to Cyrus, back out to the top. Lively triple, no good. Rebound ricochets into the hands of Parker. Now into the forecourt now, Bethel. Heimlich, backdoor pass here. And a wide open layup by Parker goes awry, but here's Irwin with the foul, and then they're going to call a foul inside on Macy Willoughby. Boy, the Pilots, another golden opportunity missed.
Great read by Parker, give and go with Heimlich. Heimlich led her right to the basket. She came up short, but Irwin attacked the basket and looked like Willoughby was inside the circle there.
Irwin, an 83% free throw shooter on the year, averages 9.8, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Pair of turnovers on the resume in every game, and she's able to convert that one, making it a 55-48 ball game with 4:09 to go. One more for Jess. And the right-hander from Springfield, Ohio, is able to convert the pair of them. And just like that, it is now a 55-49 ball game. 6-point ball game. And just moments ago, Mark, Marian had a 12-point lead. Ball here on the perimeter now. At the top, Karen Jones goes left side now to Downert. Downert looking for help. And a whistle called on Cam Glenn against Deja Cyrus.
Banging on Cyrus. And it's unfortunate. Shot clock was down to 8. That's going to be Cam's 2nd, team's 4th.
Bethels, which have lost the last 2 ball games by 23 and 29 points respectively. Here's the ball.
She traveled.
And she did. Walkabout Creek, as they like to say, down under. And with 3:42 to ball game, quickly off the bench is Rachel Titzer, and for Marian, as Downard's going to check out, and also checking out of the ball game will be Tegan Parker, and back end will be DuBois. And here is Irwin over the timeline now, and a timeout. Eric Gingrich with 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go. His club a 6-point trailer, and we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back right after this brief timeout. You are listening to Bethel College women's basketball here from Mike Lightfoot Corp. They're a 55-49 trailer, and we'll be back with more right after this.
To be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Condrey Gardner live from Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium. Crossroad League's women's basketball game, 14-4 Marian, 10-8 Bethel. As it will be to inbound here along the near sideline, the Pilots. Cam Glenn at the top of the ring, guarded by Cyrus, comes out high to Irwin. In the corner to Brickner, she drives. Throws it out to Irwin, back here to Heimlich. Back to Cam Glenn on the right wing, 12 on the shot clock, go to free throw line, Heimlich. Back to Irwin for three, off the front of the iron it clangs. Deja Cyrus the rebound, and then a foul called on Brickner.
But we've talked about this often, Paul. The Pilots have really struggled against the zone when the middle's wide open. Heimlich got herself in the middle there, squared up. You got that good inside-outside. It's a wide open look for a good shooter. It didn't fall, but the offense was what you wanted.
Eric Gingrich trying to get a clarification from the official on the foul, and that us in Deja Cyrus is 74% free throw shooter to the line. And her first free toss gives her club a 56-49 lead. 3:17 to go.
Yeah, Brickner picks up her third foul, and I thought that was a good call by the official. Cyrus now with the double-double tonight, 12 points, 11 rebounds.
58-49, and here I am saying, she's not.
She's had a good last 4 minutes.
Yes, she has. Heimlich ball right side, comes back out top now here to Jessica Irwin. Irwin back to Cam Glenn in the right wing. Cam looking. Comes back out high now to Kelsey Brickner. Brickner back here to Heimlich. 10 on the shot clock into the corner. Now here's Irwin. Back to Cam Glenn. Goes now to Heimlich. Heimlich skip past to Brickner. Brickner back over to Cam for a wide open triple. Off the iron it goes. The rebound tracked down by Rachel Titzer, and it'll be a foul on the Pilots, Jessica Irwin.
So a couple things. Again, you got Heimlich in the middle of the lane there. She got the kick out to Brickner. I think Brick's got to be ready to catch and shoot. She passed that over to Cam, and Cam got a good look. But last two possessions, the Pilots have allowed Marian just to come down and shoot free throws. They haven't had to earn anything.
And at the line here is Rachel Titzer, a 64% free throw shooter. And she...
Sorry.
And she'll have a...
Yeah, she knocked down the first. I'm sorry, Paul. I was listen to Coach here, coach up Cyrus.
So it's one of the two opportunities. And with 2:37 to go, it's a 58-49 ball game.
There's that
Cam Glenn with a wide open triple and knocks this one down. Just like that, it's a 58-52 ball game again.
And again, it went from the free throw line out to the three-point line.
The ball here at the far side now, Macy Lively.
Cam taking away her right hand. Coach Katie not happy at all.
And Katie immediately going out onto the floor to talk about what we need to do to get into the game. Is immediately Abby Downard is being sent to the scorer's desk to check in. 58-52. Let's give you a game reset. Both teams are shooting free throws as they've exceeded the 5-foul limit. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. The alternating possession arrow favors the Bethel Pilots. Once again, 58-52 Marian with 2:14 to go in the ballgame.
And there's not really a night on the floor that you're saying that's who we want to foul. Looking at the group that's out there right now, you've got Titzer at 64% is probably your best opportunity if you're looking to foul if you're the Pilots, but not this possession. Only 19 left on the shot clock, so you want to defend this possession, but you keep that in the back of your mind.
And to inbound along the far sideline will be Willoughby. Comes back out here to Abby Downard and run the show from the far side wing. Abby dribbles all the way over here to the right wing where she's matched up against Heimlich. She drugged that pivot foot. Here, pass inside now, deflected, and nice play by Maggie DuBois to step into the passing lane.
Cam was working hard on Cyrus, and then Maggie played on the weak side there, so they were able to pinch that and get the turnover.
Once again, out here on the perimeter now, Cam Glenn at the top of the ring now. 16 on the shot clock, 1:44 game clock. Bethel needs to kick it in gear here. Irwin in the near wing. Looking for help, goes now to Glenn, right wing. Shot clock at 5. With the ball out here in the corner, now Glenn. Jump pass, she throws it away. She tried to do too much.
It's a bad possession right there. I wish Jess would have pulled the trigger on the 3 on the skip pass that she had.
1:22 to go, 6-point Marian lead. Ball out here to the top, Willoughby. Willoughby backs it out of harm's way. Gives way now here to Lively. Lively, one-on-one against Heimlich. Asking for some help, and she just drugged that pivot foot. A good foot, coach. Oh, my. 3-point shot blocked here, and it'll be Bethel ball with 59.6 seconds to go.
It's a great defense possession. Ball pressure by Heimlich. Cam probably should have gotten a steal on the long pass, but didn't. But then DuBois was able to block the shot there as the shot clock was winding down.
Titzer checks into the ball game now, and out of the ball game will be Downard.
Eric's going to use his second to last timeout.
With 59.8 seconds to go to talk some strategy here. Your thoughts on the strategy set before him?
Unfortunately, because it's a young team, you have to use timeout. You would like to trust your team knows what to do in this situation. They're going to come out, and you can just run one of your sets and save that timeout for advancing the ball later in the game and more strategy in the final 10 or 15 seconds. My guess is they're going to draw something up that's going to include a skip pass for the 3 like we had on that last possession. Personally, I'd like to see them attack the rim. Otherwise, they tend to run 15, 20 seconds on the clock when they, when they're running a set. Attack the basket, you're shooting free throws, or get the easy 2. Don't worry about the triples right now.
Once again, here's your game reset. Both teams with 5 fouls. Bethel has 1 timeout remaining, Marian with 2 timeouts remaining. Alternating possession arrow favors the Pilots. 58-52 our score. As Heimlich will inbound the ball on the near sideline. Comes out here, the ball deflected and stolen by Marian University. What a play by Karen Jones.
Yep, and I can guarantee our viewers that is not what Eric drew up in the huddle.
With the ball now here, Macy Lively. Lively on the right wing, crosses over on Heimlich. Looking for help. Look, and double team, and finally a jump ball as Katie Geralds takes a timeout with 41.9 seconds to go. And that leaves Marian with 1 timeout in good standing here in this tightly contested ball game, 58-52. Our coverage of buckets tonight presented in part by the Gates Automotive Group. Get more truck for the buck at Gates. Big trucks, bigger trucks, little SUVs, big SUVs, new and used trucks like Ford F-150s and Silverado 4x4s for $19,977. Gates Automotive Group just outside your door for over 90 years.
Good defense possession by the Pilots. I would have fouled, extend this game. They're going to let Marian right down. They competed. I thought Macy actually had the jump ball, the turnover before the timeout, but still 14 on the shot clock, so you're going to let Marian run this down to under 35 seconds, and it's already a 2-possession game.
And with the basketball here along the near side now, it's Titzer looking for some help. Comes out to the right elbow. Now to Cyrus, and the ball's taken away by Marian, or by the Pilots, excuse me. Here's Heimlich with a drive. Left-handed shot on the way. Good, and a foul call.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong for Marian in that possession. You hand the ball to the wrong team. You don't hustle back on defense, and then you give up an and one opportunity.
And with 35.1 seconds to go, it will be Heimlich to the line, the 5'8" freshman from North White High School, an 89% free throw shooter.
That was just a terrible possession. Great job for the Pilots. Good job by Macy.
Oh, and then you have Heimlich, your best free throw shooter in your program at 89%, misses the free toss.
And you have to foul here once they cross half court. Don't foul before they cross half court. You might get the 10-second violation. Now you have to foul.
There's a pass in the deep right corner
there,
now.
so you want to foul.
And Titzer is fouled with 21.7 seconds to go in regulation, and that will send her to the line. Titzer, a 64% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
Pilots get they have possession arrow going their way, so again you have to look for an opportunity to tie them up. She knocks down the first,
making it 59-54, and with 21.7 seconds to go. Last year, Marian recorded a 63-59 win here at Bethel, but blew the Pilots off the gymnasium floor in Marian.
Offensive rebound by Jones.
And then there's an easy layup here for Cam Cardenas.
Offensive rebound number 13. That one was a big one.
61-54. Here's Glenn to the goal, and she scores. 61-56, and Katie's going to take a timeout with 10.9 to go, and she'll get the ball here to the midcourt area. And with a 5-point lead, it's just a matter of time.
Well, if you're Eric, you're telling your players that Marian's expecting you to foul right away, so you have to tell the officials we're going for the ball first, not the foul, because jump ball's going our way. As soon as Marian inbounds, go for that jump ball, see if you can steal one. You still have a chance. If you foul them, then you're hoping that they miss to have an opportunity. So go for the jump ball first. And offensive rebounds. We talked about how that hurt them at Indiana Wesleyan tonight. Bethel with 4 offensive rebounds. Marian, 14 offensive rebounds.
Once again, 61-56 with 10.9 to go.
They've been outscored 16-2 on second chance points, and you're down by 5.
Yeah, once again, and Katie, just plain and simple, she mentioned here, she just turned and looked at me and says, you know, we are just so soft.
Yeah, they are. And the one game we talked earlier this year, they got beat by 34 when they had 27 turnovers. They have 19 turnovers tonight, and that's resulted in Pilots have scored 16 points off those 19 turnovers.
Maritis, Irwin, Heimlich, also DuBois and Glenn on the floor for the home team, and to inbound the ball will be Karen Jones here. Comes out high here now to Willoughby. Willoughby is fouled, and finally they blow the whistle with 6.6 to go.
4 seconds went off the clock before the foul there. Jessica Irwin's going to foul out.
And so Jessica Irwin will close the book on her game, the 6-foot sophomore from Springfield, Ohio.
13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 of 7 from the floor. They were all 3-pointers, 4 of 6 from the foul line.
Still like to see her shoot some more, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Free throw is good. I just think that she's got to find somehow, some way to get more looks and get more touches, like we were talking about Cruz last night.
Yep.
Second free throw, no good. And here is Cam Glenn over the timeline now. Cam pulls up from 3, shot no good. And that'll do it here from Mike Lightfoot Court. The Marian University Knights record their 15th win of the season to go against 4 setbacks. They now are 6-1 in league play. The Pilots fall to 10-9 overall and 2-5 in conference play. They are now 4-3 here at Mike Lightfoot Court. So there you have the final score in the ball game tonight. We'll wait to hear from Coach Gingrich here in a moment. But once again, a quick reminder that we will be back with you again on Saturday from Spring Arbor University, was where we'll be up. Marian University is going to be at home against Grace. We'll do that, and let's get some thoughts here now from head coach Eric Gingrich. His club, a 62-56 loser here tonight. Coach, first of all, once again, you guys continue to battle and 6-point ball game, good opportunities down the stretch. Your thoughts as the game as a whole?
Well, similar to Iowa, they scored half their points in the first half on second chance points. And, you know, they had players diving on the floor, getting 50-50 balls, and we're standing 2 feet from that, watching her figure out who she's going to pass to from the floor and pass the ball out instead of jumping on the floor. So, I mean, we play hard, but I don't think we played hard and smart.
There you go. I would agree with that.
And there's a huge difference. They play hard and smart, which means they get on the floor and then they make the next play. And, you know, we battled in the second half. I mean, I don't know if I question our heart, but the will, you know. You just got to have a will to rebound the basketball.
Yeah.
You got to have it's team rebounding. Deja Cyrus's arms are 5 feet long, you know. You got half the time we don't have bodies, but when we have bodies on her, we're driving her out of bounds. She's still getting the rebound because we don't have guards crashing down over the top, coming to help their teammate out because she's boxing her butt off. And we've been working on that. That's the frustrating thing. It'd be one thing if that's something we hadn't talked about, but we need our guards to rebound the ball. You got post boxing out, and our guards are standing watching them do all the work.
Coach, Paul and
frustrating.
Paul and I feel like Jess needs to be more aggressive on the offensive end. We say the same thing about Travion and the guys team, but again, you guys are the coaches. We're just the broadcasters. What are your thoughts on that? She was 3 of 7 tonight, 3 of 4 from three-point range, but I think she had 2 first-half shots. She hit the first triple to start the game.
She had 1 first-half shot. She was 1 for 1. I got her in the locker room because we need her to shoot 10 times a game, but she doesn't catch shot ready. Her first thing is she wants to catch, put on the floor. If she catches shot ready, she's going to have 10 shots easy a game, and she's our most efficient shooter by far and away. Not even close. She's shooting like, I don't know. I haven't looked at her stats in the last couple of weeks in terms of overall, but
58% from the field.
My goodness, 58% from the field, and you want to put the ball on the floor right away. We want you to shoot the ball. You're a great shooter. You know, so we've been trying to drill that into her. But yeah, I mean, we got to find her more shots. There's no doubt about it.
We saw a different gear for Tegan Parker tonight. We thought she was a little bit more aggressive. Good to see her take the ball to the basket.
Yeah, I mean, that's her game. She's grown up doing that, attacking the rim, shooting pull-ups, getting to the rim. She's long, lanky. Again, that's a kid kind of like, you know, when we were at IWU and we talked about before the game, and I know Kat talked pregame at IWU. Got to get in the weight room, get stronger. If Tegan can do that, she's going to be a pretty tough special player for us by the end of 4 years because she can get to the rim. She can put some strength on her. She's going to be tough, and you see glimpses of it like tonight. So that's fun for us. She's a fun kid to coach.
We'll see you up on Saturday up in Spring Arbor.
Okay, sounds good, guys. Thanks.
Once again, Eric Gingrich joining us. So let's get over our final numbers. Marian, 23 of 55 shooting for 41%, 4 of 16 from beyond the arc, 25%. Marian, 12 of 17 from the line, 70%. Marian, 13 offensive rebounds, 32 defense for a total of 45. Bethel shot 18 of 51, 35%, 7 of 22 from beyond the arc, 31%. The Pilots 13 of 17 at the line for 76%. But as Eric mentioned, Bethel with only 4 offensive rebounds, a total of 23 defensive. Marian won the rebound war 45-27, yet it was a 6-point ball game. 18 fouls on Marian, 15 on the Pilots, 14 assists for Bethel. Marian had 9, 19 turnovers for Marian. Bethel had 14, 2 block shots for both ball clubs. Marian with 10 steals, and the Pilots with 9. Coach, you got the individuals.
Individual numbers. Downard had 0 points. 0 points, 2 rebounds. Lively 10 points, 3 rebounds. Titzer 10 points, 4 rebounds. Jones 4 points, 8 rebounds. Cyrus 11 points, 13 rebounds. McKay 4 points and a rebound. Cardenas 9 points, 2 rebounds. Williams 5 points, 3 rebounds. Giller 2 points, 1 rebound. Willoughby 3 points, 2 rebounds, and Corbin 4 points off the bench for the Pilots. Jessica Irwin 13 points, 3 rebounds. Brickner 9 points, 1 rebound, and 4 of 13 shooting. Macy Heimlich 2 points and a rebound, 1 of 8 from the floor. Cam Glenn 22 points, 2 rebounds. Maggie DuBois 2 points, 7 rebounds. Tegan Parker 4 points, 3 rebounds. And Michelle Moritas 4 points, 5 rebounds.
Once again, Marian improves to 15-4. Their next place of action will be at home against Grace. They're 6-1 in the league play. Bethel once again falls to 10-9, 2-5 overall. Their next ball game will be at Spring Arbor who are currently right now was 5-13.
Spring Arbor lost, so they are 1-6. Mount Vernon improves to 3-4.
There you have it. For Mark Gardner, I'm Paul County. Special thanks to our good friends Andrew Bowen and Tiny Condry and Brad and everybody else upstairs. Once again, a real nice night here at Mike Lightfoot Court. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, once again, final score, Marian 62, Bethel 56. We'll see you on Saturday on the Regional Radio Sports Network. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis.